Hello, everyone. I'm back at it with some internet tech and gaming news, and this one is it's kind of a one out of left field or whatever that saying is. This one's kind of random, but it kind of sparked some interest in me of a tech, but also kind of business phenomenon. Let's hop right into it. McDonald's touchscreen kiosks were feared as job killers. Instead, something surprising happened. This one is from CNN Business. And the article, I'm going to give a little quick summary and then go into some more specific points. But the article in general talks about how a lot of people in McDonald's were kind of worried that the kiosks that they have were going to take away jobs. And the article kind of goes into how it's actually the opposite. It actually increased sales and jobs didn't really go anywhere. So let's go into some of the points that it have. And it says they were first rolled out 25 years ago, which I find that kind of insane that the earliest mention was in 1999. I don't know if I would consider that a kiosk that we know of it today. Maybe it was, but it seems that they at least seem to think that's been around for a while. I would say we really saw the we really saw the kiosk come out in around, I don't know, 2016 or 2018, somewhere around that time frame. I feel like is what I remember seeing them like actually come out. And instead touchscreen kiosks have added extra work for kitchen staff, push customers to order more food than they do at the cash register. And I think that last part makes a lot of sense because especially when you have minimum wage labor that is oftentimes not highly trained, you're not going to have the restaurant kind of scenario where the waiter can kind of upsell you something. Even these days, I don't think I'm hardly ever upsold by a waiter at like a restaurant anymore. And so there never really is that opportunity to kind of offer something more and to try to upsell a little bit. And the kiosk can do that perfectly every time because you just program it in and it says, hey, you bought this burger. Do you want a milkshake with it or something like that? And here it talks about kiosks guarantee the upsell opportunities like a milkshake or fries are suggested to customers when they order. Makes sense. And instead of replacing workers, company deploy kiosks to transfer labor to other tasks like handing off pickup orders. And I don't think they say here, but you could also include like making the orders as well. So, and that makes perfect sense because the kiosk can take the order, but it's kind of harder to have a robot kind of grab the food and distribute it to where it needs to go. And there are some concepts like that kind of coming out, which are kind of cool. They're kind of gimmicky more than anything, like robot makes your burger kind of thing. And there's still always some sort of I guess, person that needs to be in the equation. They haven't really kind of knocked it out. And I really don't think it makes a whole lot of sense with the amount of infrastructure and technology you would need and how much maintenance it would be and how easy it could be to get messed up. I don't think we're that close to a fully automated fast food joint like everywhere. But I do think the kiosk thing makes a whole lot of sense. It's the same thing with like your phone and mobile ordering. And I feel like I almost have had more times than not a fast food worker mess up my order more than me putting it on my phone or at a kiosk, because then I can at least review it. And yeah, sure, I can still make mistakes. I can still do something wrong. But usually I know what I want and I can review it at the end and be like, yeah, that's great. These days, I feel like if I order something at fast food, I don't even get it read back to me half the time. Like I can't even have that verification sometimes. So I think it does help for consistency, at least in my experience. And some are rolling out kiosks and accept change. They save on labor. And they do add complexity, but yeah, I mean, it's still a positive, I would say, overall. And yeah, the article mentions in some cases kiosks have been a flop. Some chains or businesses have tried them and it doesn't work out. I think in something like fast food, it works great, but in a bowling alley, like a bowling chain, I don't necessarily see that working as well. It could maybe, but I think it would be harder to implement is the point. There's another thing on the suggesting menu items. There's a mention of the former McDonald's CEO saying "I told you so" after the company expanded kiosks, saying that they would that it would help. And there's a point here that's saying as minimum wage increases, I think it makes more sense even to have kiosks as well, because if they can have less workers overall, it can be helpful. So I like to see it as too, if there's not a bunch of people needing their orders taken by employees, those employees can do stuff like make other experiences better, like get food out faster, or clean the actual restaurant, because that's something that's like always needed. That for me, it's like it like make or breaks. Like if the restaurant's super dirty, I don't really want to go back there. I think those are the main points I think that come from this article. And I think that technology is very interesting in how it's kind of evolved over the years. And I think even I was like kind of weirded out by it at first when I saw kiosks, but I think it makes sense. And it's just like I have the mobile app and stuff too, and I'm used to ordering food off my phone, so it's really not that different. And I order mostly off my phone anyways, because they got really good deals half the time. So I can use like McDonald's, for instance. They have exclusive app deals that you can get for cheaper, and that's pretty much the only way I order from McDonald's. So I think kiosks are great. I think they're here to stay, and I don't think that much else is really going to be automated or replaced by technology anytime super soon. There might be certain things, these incremental things in the kitchen maybe, but that's about all I see. And I see them, like I said, as a positive. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you see the kiosks as a positive? Do you think they're annoying? Do you think you always want to have a person at the counter to take your order? I know most restaurants at least have one person around, so it's not too bad if you just feel like you need that and you don't want to use a kiosk. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Please like and subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one.